Hello and welcome back to my channel. This is the #1 place for spiritual people who are interested in dreams and the dream world, as well as connecting with spirit to receive insights, guidance, and wisdom to help them overcome challenges in their daily life. I've decided to do something different on my channel moving forward, and that is share dream oracle messages from the dream world with you every week. I'm still going to be doing my how-to videos to help you understand your dreams, remember your dreams, lucid dream, and all things dreaming, but I just wanted to start sharing weekly messages because those seem to be the most popular on my channel. Like I said, I'll still be posting other videos, so some weeks I will be posting 2 videos and some will just be 1. And the best part is now you get dream oracle messages each week. So I'll still be doing the full moon and new moon, and then in the in-between weeks, I'll be sharing dream oracle messages. Now, this week, I'm actually sharing a prophecy dream. So I'm gonna share with you what the dream was and the insights and guidance that I received from that dream. So stay tuned. What are prophetic dreams? Traditionally, prophetic dreams were more for the earth and how to take care of her, as well as how to live in balance and harmony with her. So people used to use prophetic dreaming to understand what plants to plant, when to harvest, what the weather was going to be like, if it was going to be a rainy season, a dry season, so on and so forth. As time progressed, people started using prophecy dreams more for personal gain than Earth Gaia knowledge. So people started using prophecy to win political races, to understand when to go to war, when the best time would be to go to war, who was going to win the war, things like that. So they moved away from Earth Gaia knowledge into more of personal gain. Now, being a dream oracle and how I like to work and what feels most in alignment with me, I don't go in to seek out prophecy dreams. I go in to gain wisdom and insights for the collective as well as for my one-on-one clients. However, with that said, I do receive prophecy dreams now and then, and when I do receive them, I feel like they are important for me to share because it is a message from Mother Earth. So this is what I'm going to share with you today. In my dream, I was with a group of people and one of them was a friend of mine. And this friend of mine, he was wearing a mask and he was an actor. And then he needed to go home and change or something because he wanted to do a performance for us. And so we were kind of waiting for him to do this performance. He got into this vehicle and this vehicle actually crashed. Now, when this vehicle crashed, we went over and saw that there was actually a child in the back seat. Now the child was completely unharmed. And then it jumped and I had a broken right foot and a cast on my foot. And it was actually one of those old plaster casts that I think we used to have when like 20 some years ago. So it was an old cast. And then I found myself in a hot tub. And in this hot tub, I was eating. I had a cup of, like a plastic cup with a bunch of little gummies and candies in it. And there was somebody else in the hot tub with me. And I had my right leg out of the hot tub because I didn't want to get my cast wet. And I also didn't want to drop my candy in. But what ended up happening was my cast suddenly fell off my foot, went into the hot water, as well as all of my candy fell into the hot water. And I was sad because I was like, oh no, all my candy, I can't eat my candy anymore. And then there was somebody actually outside of the hot tub who came up and he was like, don't worry, I will grab you some more candy. And that was the dream. Now let me decode and decipher it for you because that sounds like a really crazy, messed up dream. And how is that a prophetic dream? If you're curious to know how, hit the thumbs up now. I would love to know. So what exactly was the meaning behind all of this? Well, the gentleman in the beginning who was my friend wearing the mask, he rarely represented the masks that we wear and the old regime that is in place right now, political leaders, things like that. And that old way of being needs to die off, hence the crash. And there was a child in the back seat who survived. So I think I shared this before with the younger generations. We know that the younger generations are here to heal and here to make a shift. And so this is moving in, this is coming in, it's going to be in harm. So these old things are going to break away. These masks that no longer work, this acting, this facade that goes on is no longer going to work. Now the hot water, the hot tub, that is Mother Earth. We know global warming is happening. We know the earth is heating up, the oceans are heating up. We know this is not a good situation we're in. Now with keeping the cast out, it was showing me how we're trying to hold on to these structures, this way of being, this way of living. However, it falls in. That means that there's going to be, which I know a lot of people are hoping for, this breakdown of society, how we know it. And the sweetness of life, the sweetness of the candy that fell in. So there's a sweetness of life that we feel like is going to be lost, but it's not, because there's more sweetness coming in. So even though this is about Mother Earth, and even though these messages probably aren't that surprising, because we know the state of our world, none of this is new. We know there's many things about how we do things socially and economically that are not benefiting each other as humans or the planet. So none of this is new. But what's important to realize with this message is, even though this is a message from the earth, and this is about the earth, this is also about us as individuals, because we are all interconnected. So when earth is hurting and suffering, we as humanity and we as individuals are also hurting and suffering. So this is an invitation to look into your own life and see what isn't working. What have you cast out? What are you too rigid in? What needs to fall away and crumble in your own life? What old thought patterns or ways of doing things just don't work anymore? And don't just necessarily work in your life, but how are these things that you do actually interconnected with the earth, and how it isn't helping the earth? A great example is plastic. How is your relationship with plastic and how you consume plastic and waste, for example? See how these messages are interconnected with the earth and with your way of being. The thing is like I said, we are all interconnected. We are all one with the earth. So when the earth is suffering, so are we. And the big thing to note is the sweetness of life. It might feel like, or actually it's not that it might feel, there very well could be some sweetness in life that is lost, that needs to fall away, because it's tied to these old regimes, these old ways of being, old people in power that need to shed, that need to crumble, that need to melt, that need to fall away. All of that is connected. So the sweetness of our life, how we know it now, is going to shift, and that sweetness is going to fall away. But don't worry, because there's more sweetness coming in. And it's important to watch what's going on in your world around you. What sweetness is coming in? Who is bringing that sweetness? What are those players? Who are those beings that are bringing the sweetness back in? So this also really shows the lack mentality that we as humanity and humans have running in our belief system. We believe in this lack, and that's why we often act the way we act. That's why the structures are the way they are, is because we're so selfish and we think that there's not enough. And this dream was also really about hope, in the sense that there is more than enough. There is a lot of sweetness coming. There's people supporting us. There is this younger generation that is coming in, and earth angels that are coming in to support and help shift things to the next level. It's about looking at your part, what you need to do in your life to support this shift, because earth is calling out for it. Earth needs it. We all need it in our own lives. We all need to make these shifts within ourselves. So it really is about reflecting on how we too are just like the earth. You know, earth is being filled with toxins right now. So are we. There's so many people with Gluten allergies, for example. So many people are intolerant to different foods. It's literally a mirror reflection as to what is happening on the earth. So once we start cleaning up what's going on within our own being, within our own energetic field, this is what will help the earth, and this is what will help allow that sweetness to come back in once it falls away. And once these old regimes, old structures, old ways of doing things fall away. So if this resonates with you and makes sense and you're finding some things that are like aha moments for you, please give this video a thumbs up. I would love to hear your feedback. You can put your aha moments in the comments as well. Like I said, I'd love to hear how these messages resonate with you, how you feel that you could incorporate these messages in your life and how they might shift your life. If you have something going on in your own personal life and you would like clarity and you feel a little confused and you just need some guidance, feel free to reach out to me. I do personal dream oracle readings one-on-one. The link is in the description below on how you can work with me. So do you see how this is a message of hope? We are in a massive period of transition and transformation, and a lot of people are scared. A lot of people feel fear, and a lot of people are also just giving up, and they're just saying, we'll just let somebody else deal with it. But we can't do that. We have to take responsibility for ourselves. We have to take a look at our own lives and see how we can make shifts, no matter how small they are. They all help. Like I said, sweetness is going to come back, and there's not going to be a lack. Everything you need, you will receive, and you will be provided for. We all have to take responsibility for ourselves. We have to see how we can make these shifts and changes in our own life and support each other in this time of transition, and support the earth, because the earth really needs it right now. Feel free to connect with me on Instagram. I am there on a daily basis, and I love hearing from you. I post new videos every Tuesday, so make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you next week. Ciao.